Point it this way.
That's all right. Let it go. Ahí, déjalo ahí.
As the Coachella Valley Invitational becomes bigger every year, so does NWSL's foothold on the tournament. Case in point, for the first game here on Field 1 between two playoff teams from 2025, the KC Current and San Diego Wave. Two teams that didn't have a ton of success in the playoffs, but hey, come the regular season, were amongst the best. And in KC's circumstance, the best ever regular season team in NWSL history. They topped the standings with 65 points. Second place was 20-plus points away from them, and they were unbeaten at home. A lot of changes for both of these teams coming into 2026, including some stars departing and new young faces coming in, hoping to make their mark. Thrilled to be bringing you this broadcast on day 5 overall of the Coachella Valley Invitational, and it's going to be a fun couple of weekends here as the NWSL teams take center stage. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for Kansas City, the team that topped the regular season standings a season ago. In goal be Marissa Jordan, the back line of Ellie Bravo Young, number 24 Gabrielle Robinson, and 27 Kayla Sharples. In midfield be Rocky Rodriguez, Ali Sentnor, Bailey Feist, and Dabinha, the Brazilian international. And up top for Kansas City, under first-year head coach Chris Armas, who was formerly the Colorado Rapids head coach for the last 2 seasons, with Kia Caruso and Haley Hopkins. Taking over a look at the San Diego side of things, who, as you can imagine geographically, have a pretty big foothold of the fans here. And we'll go numerical order here. The captain, Kennedy Wesley, number 2. Kami Ascanio, number 8. Number 11, Gia Corley. Number 14, Kristen McNabb. It's a very young San Diego team as I go through the lineup, but some veteran presence in Ludmila at number 17. Lorena Frazier, Leah Godfrey, Didi Haricic in net, the 38-year-old from Bosnia-Herzegovina, the veteran shot stopper. Number 75, Moraini at defensive back, and number 88, Dudunya. There is plenty of trialists for both of these teams, so they're going to be wearing some numbers that may be foreign to the general public and fans, but they have been sent the roster of the trialists as well, so look out for number 49, Kaylee Gabagan, who is in the starting lineup, at least for San Diego off the jump. Obviously, this is for fitness here in preseason. You're focusing more on yourself than your opposition, but so many players fighting for first-team minutes and even a first-team contract going into 2026. The season in NWSL is not so far away, but it feels like it's already here. Kansas City will open their season on March 14th against the Utah Royals. As for San Diego, they open it the same day at 5:45 West Coast time against the Houston Dash, in which they can scout on the next field over here in a few moments as they take on the Bay Area FC. San Diego already with their chance. What an atmosphere it is. A beautiful day in Indio, California. Sun is shining, grass is watered, and we are underway here between Kansas City and San Diego. San Diego will be attacking from left to right as Kansas City going right to left. Last season, both these teams bowed out in the first round. For Kansas City, it was a surprise. A good tackle in the box by Kayla Sharples. And an early corner kick for San Diego. Guarding the KC Current now, Marissa Jordan. From Heartland, Wisconsin, the 25-year-old is one of the tallest keepers in NWSL at 6'2", a commanding presence. She stays on her line this time around. San Diego don't win the initial header. The change falls outside of the 18. It's going to be a handball going to the direction of Kansas City. Last year, Kansas City outscored their opposition. Best ever goal differential in MLS, in NWSL as well, with 49 goals for and 13 against. As for the San Diego Wave, looking to improve defensively. One of the lesser defensive records to make it into the postseason. They had 41 goals and gave up 34 in NW. The season has been expanded in 2026. Of course, we're welcoming 2 new teams to this great league, which has rapidly yet successfully expanded. In comes Boston and Denver into NWSL, putting us up to 16 teams. Last season, there was 26 games played through the regular season. This year, up to 30. Robinson stays in the middle. Feists gives it away, but she tries to win the tackle back. Doesn't get the man or the ball. Here comes San Diego back in the attacking third. There's a slip on the right wing, which gives a foothold back to KC. It's a tough situation for first-year coach Chris Armas to walk into for Kansas City. Usually when you have a new head coach, the expectation is get back into the playoffs, have a good first season, build momentum towards year 2. This is a KC team with serious expectations to win it all in NWSL and be a contender and probably the favorite for the Shield yet again. Not much of a grace period for the former Rapids head coach. Right-sided center back Kennedy Wesley on the ball, the captain for San Diego in this one. Obviously a big loss for San Diego in this offseason, an NWSL MVP contender, and Delphine Cascarino. She went back to her home country of France to join Lyon. Look at this picking of the pocket. Good shot early on. It's a bobbler. Not the best of shot, but an early save coming. Contender and Delphine Cascarino. Horicic. Her distribution was all right, but the back pass to the defender Wesley was not on line. And the keeper coming up with the save. Kansas City ready to be rabid dogs at the press. Simple clipped ball over the top, goes right back to the Current. Debinha, the Brazilian international, gets the ball taken off of her. Tussle in midfield as Corley's got it. Working in the box by the end line. It's clipped in front. I don't think the goalkeeper had it covered, but the back line did. Kansas City continue probing. Haley Hopkins, who got the cross in and nearly forced an own goal or at least an assist. Hopkins from Newport Beach, California, not so far away from here in Indio. She's a forward with the size, really good hold-up play as we saw last year. Hopkins only 440 minutes last season, 1 goal and 3 assists. San Diego attempting to build out from the back yet again. They haven't had much success doing it. KC takes it away in the attacking third for the second time in as many minutes. Horicic just gets that out of her studs in time. This is better build-up. Masciano. An incredibly young San Diego team. Some of their star players still in their teenage years. These are two of the past three Shield winners in NWSL. San Diego did so in 2023, just in their second season of existence. Of course, as we mentioned on the broadcast already, Kansas City did it a season ago. Wave have collected more silverware, were the NWSL Challenge Cup champs in 2024. And one of the best supported teams in NWSL. Coming up on Field 1 after this, we'll see Angel City SC and the Portland Thorns, two West Coast sides, which will likely have a good fan section for each. Speaking of the Thorns, that's who ended San Diego's season a year ago, losing 1-0 in the NWSL quarterfinals. Haley Hopkins, again, has been very active on that front line. Losing out of that battle is 14 on your screen right there, Christy McNabb. Kansas City, no hurry to give up this foothold they have in the game. Tiptoeing on the right flank, and they're getting a set piece out of it. We see it in all professional leagues. Defending set pieces early in the season, so crucial. You don't have those on-lock markers as you would later in the campaign. Can Kansas City grab their first? Many of their nearly 50 regular season goals last year, first in the league, came from dead ball situations. Header won by San Diego in the second effort with the left-footed strike. Nearly goes out for a throw, and it'll just be a goal kick for Didi Hricic. San Diego had two of the best in the league last year, Cascarino and Dolly, each NWSL best 11 second team. Cascarino was in MVP conversation. She led this team in total goal contributions. She is not here anymore. Blistering pace on the wing, one of the best dribblers, and a shot from distance that was so desirable for this San Diego attack. Wesley, the UCLA product. Through 9 minutes, each of these teams getting the jitters out. Kansas City look more in midseason form. Hopkins trying to topple over her marker. And it's going to foul on the second time of asking. Good job by Kiki Pickett. Kira Carusa gets the return ball after making the initial tackle. Here's Carusa on the hold-up play. Bumped off the ball, shoulder clean. Here's a counterattack opportunity for San Diego. Three-on-four break if San Diego are lucky and can go quick. Godfrey trying to force the right side overlap. It wasn't there. And they'll reset things to the keeper. Jordan boots it long, but to no red jersey in particular. Wesley. This will be a pretty organized 4-4-2 in case you don't have the ball out of possession. They're still bringing that line pretty high. Armis has been somebody that's experimented with many formations through his decade plus as a head coach across different leagues. He's known as a pressing manager when he's with the New York Red Bulls, more of a counterattack one with the Colorado Rapids. He's arguably got the most talent on this team compared to the rest of the league than he's ever had before. Carusa trying to go her direction again on the right wing. This game is taking a beat. Crucial sliding interaction and a chipped ball over the top. Ricic, there's a little bit of danger there, but a dozen feet over her net. Kansas City came in 2021 as, of course, an NWSL expansion team. And in 2024, it was the first stadium purpose-built for professional women's soccer. It opened in 2024 and quickly became one of the favorite. You ask players across NWSL, they constantly say that's one of the best to go to. Debinha tries to curl one, and Ricic yet again nonchalant about it. Debinha now at her mid-30s, and the lead scoring and assist record. Most a goal contribution every other game through her time in NWSL. A veteran leader, clutch goals, a creative engine. This KC team, though, last year in terms of the front line, it's all about Temo Shewingwa. 15 goals in 23 matches, the 2025 NWSL Golden Boot winner. Also became the first player in league history as we enter year 14 of NWSL action to win back-to-back MVPs. She's not starting this one. KC poking out of play, taking no risks. Usually in the neutral third, you could see them cut towards the middle of the field, but this is Kansas City. They don't take many. There's a reason they gave up 15 goals and under. Best back line in the league along with the best attack. It's a new year. Better passing up the gut by San Diego. They'll stretch it out wide to the left. Crossing opportunity as three blue jerseys slowly creep their way inside the 18. The line being marshaled higher by Gabrielle Robinson. She's in the center of that back line. Taking a tumble over the ball. Kansas City, back pass, not the right avenue. Corley, Gia Corley. Almost was fortunate to have the ball ping pong back to herself, but the backboard doesn't work. A solo effort, Hopkins running with her help on the far side was going to be a very hard pass to pick out. Instead, KC goes a long way around the periphery. 14th minute of action, scoreless between San Diego and KC. Opening match, the Coachella Valley Invitational on the NWSL side, day 5 of the tournament overall. First day of action was February 7th. Kansas City lucky enough to have their opening game of the season in Kansas City. They'll face the Utah Royals, one of the newest teams in the league as well, before heading not too far of a road trip to Chicago on the 22nd for their road season opener. San Diego probing. Shot blocked at the first time of asking. This is a KC team that kept 19 shutouts. Crazy thing about that is 9 consecutive shutout matches, the midpoint of the season. They gave up 1 in the opening 20 minutes. For Kansas City fans, their jaw would almost drop. Ascanio gets back on it after the give and go. Still just 19 years old, Ascanio. She almost feels like a veteran of how much the San Diego faithful have gotten to know her. Ellie Bravo Young, the fullback. Doesn't do a great job with the ball. It'll be a San Diego throw. In terms of goal scoring, these preseason games usually liven up in the final 30 to 45 minutes. Of course, for both of these teams, it's a welcome sight to see for those that have made the journey, whether by car from San Diego or plane from Kansas City. There's mostly a first-choice 11 for both of these teams. Each of them will play 2 games here at the tournament before the NWSL campaign starts in mid-March. But many trialists and young depth pieces should get an opportunity in the latter stages of the game. You usually see large group substitutions around the hour mark or just past, and that typically opens the game up. A foot race, but a long head start for San Diego. Across the way, we have our second game of the NWSL here at Coachella, about to start between the Houston Dash and Bay Area. Early cross in, trying to find a darting runner about a penalty arc. Kansas City are going to wind up from distance, and for already the 3rd time this game, Marichich sees it go over her crossbar. NWSL, when there is no 2 conferences, such a demanding travel schedule, and you're playing everybody home and away. For Kansas City, doesn't hurt to be smack dab in the middle of everything. For San Diego, obviously they put on a lot of miles, as do the other West Coast teams like Portland and the Seattle Reign. Ludmila. Dudinha. Brazilian internationals linking up for Kansas City. Excuse me, for San Diego. Ascanio, every time she passes it, she's looking for that darting vertical run. Marissa Jordan. Last year, Cascarino, who there's still plenty of blue San Diego jerseys representing. She led NWSL on assists with 6 primary assists. See what the chance creation looks like for San Diego early in the 2026 season without her. That's why you have preseason. Figure things out before the 3 points and draws start to matter. Hopkins gets there first. Kiki Pickett, make sure she doesn't go any further. Izzy Rodriguez. Rodriguez, left-footed cross is a good one. Falls by the PK spot. Early goal opportunity. Headed back in that direction. Bouncing once. Where's the volley opportunity? And it doesn't present itself. Trying to push the envelope. KC. A big tackle. That's going to be an uncomfortable one, but clean ball won first. From distance and over Marichich's net. Marichich, the goalkeeper, has certainly had to be on her toes. Kansas City is not shy from releasing it past the 18. They get in too far under the ball, the momentum taking the ball too high. Playing out from the back has been tough, but that is the San Diego style. Kansas City last year won their opening 5 games of the campaign. scoring 12 goals across those 5, while they only gave up 1. And put the league on notice. They're hoping to do the same again this year. Part of that 5 and the 4th win on the bounce was against the San Diego Wave. That game in San Diego in front of a 10,000 plus attendance. It's a game where San Diego, yes, they were beaten, but actually had the majority of the ball, 63%. And when they met in Kansas City, it was the same result. Speaking of, here's the Current. Kansas City will let things breathe with their back 3. Robinson with daylight. Picks out the smart pass to Rodriguez. A great left-footed crosser and a bar down header, but not in. Inches away from the opener for Kansas City. Back heel pass cut out by Pickett. You feel that it's coming for the Current, who scored nearly 50 goals in league play a season ago. That hits off a San Diego defender, but stays within the 18, and the scramble drill is finally dealt with by San Diego. Ludmila was a step behind, but wins it. Doesn't have many runners with her. One coming. Ludmila is going to take it herself and tackle from behind. That ball is loose and cleared. All fair play. Corley wasn't able to win in midfield. Pickett. And Godfrey play a 1-2. A difficult challenge, no yellow card needed. San Diego pop right back up. Taking the brunt of that tackle was Kiki Pickett. Smart tactical player. Capable as a midfielder and also a fullback. We're seeing her more as the latter today on the right side. Ascanio not able to get past the initial midfield wall. Hopkins on the run. Picks her head up, looks for options inside the box. Gonna keep taking it herself. Doesn't elect for the end line. Just a toe out in time by the San Diego back line. At the start of the 2020s, San Diego did not have NWSL or an MLS team, and now they have both. They've certainly turned into a soccer city. You can see the representation here. They both play at Snapdragon Stadium. Gia Corley. Godfrey now. Godfrey. The stutter step. Two defenders going to force possession out. KC saved the corner kick, but still find themselves planted to their own corner. Pickett. Ascanio and Wesley. It's a compact back line for San Diego. Even within possession, the passing options are always short. At the start of this game, they gave up too many turnovers within their own half. Wesley. Square to her right. Fraser comes deep to collect, which allows Pickett to go on a run forward. Robinson has probably been the most active defender for Casey in this game so far. Only played 8 matches, just shy of 400 minutes and no points, but was a part of 3 clean sheets. Debinha. Look at the pace coming back. And Haricic tries to start her engine, but it's going to be a corner kick for Kansas City ultimately. Debinha, who started that break, second on this team in goals last year with 8 over 17 starts in 22 games. Of their top 6 scorers, only 1 gets the start of the opening preseason game for KC. Many, of course, moved on to the offseason, some getting a rest, some recovering. Izzy Rodriguez makes herself a short option. Instead, the current launch into the box, right by the front post. And the call stands. Be another corner. Gets it past the initial marker inside the 6. Haricic punches it away with 2. Debinha, who took the corner kick, provides another nice delivery. KC win the header, but not quite net bound. Haricic hits off the leaf of a palm tree, something they're used to in San Diego. And of course, the ball boys and girls not quite as rampant here at Coachella. So a staffer from the Wave goes and grabs the ball. Robinson. Rodriguez. 5 surrounding her. She's going to try a clipped ball over the top. A really nice move around Robinson, and here comes San Diego. This time they got numbers in attack, looking for the first goal of the game towards the back post. Put on a platter, but maybe half a stride too far in front. That was Godfrey on the attempt. Rings in a round of applause from those from San Diego. Can't ask for much better across. It's much harder than it looks. Saw the Wave counterattack and the Current do the same, getting it around Pickett. Here's Haley Hopkins, one-on-one. Does she have a left footer? Does she bring it onto her preferred right? Hopkins tries to peer out for the side netting, and it's blocked by San Diego. The game's starting to open up to the fans' delight. And the third corner kick for Kansas City in about 2 minutes. Hopkins was the first-round pick by the North Carolina Courage in the 2023 draft. Now, of course, with Kansas City. Ludmila will happily take that after a miscommunication by Kansas City. Gudinha. Tackle made right in front of Kansas City's bench. Traveling roster is pretty big. We should see some trialists here in the second 45. It's often interesting to see if these head coaches elect for the stronger 11 in the first or the second of the preseason games for public eyes. Sharples in the middle of the back three on the ball. Godfrey had the best chance at net for San Diego this game so far. Asciano and Wesley. Sharples, who was a leader when they had 9 consecutive clean sheets last year, experienced at anchoring the back line, now in her late 20s, a veteran defender from Naperville, Illinois. Keeping it on the deck, and maybe there should have been some loft. Pickett in between her defender and goalkeeper, and Richard smartly commands it. Ascanio, take it herself. Number 18, Lorena Frazier, a very interesting prospect for this San Diego team. Still just 21 years old, a France Youth International. Very technically gifted player, but I wonder if she has more box-to-box potential. You see her building up play right there. It's nice to have that calming presence that the back line can feed off of. Aiming for Lumila in the box, and goes off the forehead of Robinson first for a corner kick. KCF be able to create much off of those corners. What can San Diego do? The stomping on the bleachers has anything to say a lot. Godfrey to take. A clean delivery. Ludmila runs past it, and the shot from outside of the box. Deja vu to what we've seen on the other side of things, over the bar. Most popular jersey we're seeing at the grounds today, Dali, French international, who played essentially every second for San Diego last year. NWSL best 11 second team, and has so much stamina, so much creativity. One of the best touches in the league also. Pickett. There is going to be a foul in the aftermath. We've just seen the first goal of the tournament from an NWSL team. The Houston Dash getting on the board just 8 minutes into the occasion. A nice turn, but nobody there to help out. Thought about going to Ludmila. Ascanio now stretching out wide, back inside, and just like that, San Diego on the board first. The assist to Leah Godfrey on a smart delivery in front, and in the jumble of bodies, San Diego able to hop up first. 1-0 in the 37th minute. Let's give proper credit to the goal here. This was a smart move because it could have been impatient, just forced it in the box. Ascanio elects not to shoot either. Looks like Gia Corley on the goal. Last year, Corley 5 goal involvements across her 1,500 minutes, 2 goals and 3 assists. He opens up the preseason campaign with a goal in the 37th. Goal scored by Corley, assisted by Godfrey. It's a game that was already bursting with life. Does this inject even more after the 23-year-old Gia Corley, the German, scores? Last year for Corley was her first year in NWSL. Came to the Bayern Munich Academy, of course, in Germany, and then spent most of her pro career with Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga. Last season, though, when she got just shy of 1,600 minutes and 5 goal involvements, it was the best scoring season and amount of minutes played of her young career. Now with Cascarino now back abroad in France, he should have even a bigger role for the Wave. Possession no longer the enemy of San Diego. With a 1-0 lead, they're happy to hold on, but a counterattack feels even better. Drifting past the red jerseys of KC, bursting with new confidence. Pickett put the ball in between the fullback and the center back. And it seems that Godfrey was sticking out wide on the right wing. Sharp pulls. Quarterback in the back line. Finds her forward along the right. Haley Feist. A smooth takeaway. And Hopkins. Hopkins prefers to cut into the inside as a left winger. Can make for some dazzling goals, but often the fullback can often predict it. Gia Corley, the lone goal scorer in this game, doing her duties in midfield also. Wesley, the captain. Potentially a pop-up for a handball. San Diego still on the back foot. No longer. As the touch slightly over, Coach running at full speed to try to keep it inside the chalk. Of course, the full sphere has to go over, and it did for a goal kick in favor of San Diego. Throughout the Coachella Valley Invitational, we have not seen stoppage time more so than a minute, and often in the first game of the tournament for these teams, none at all. And it's been a pretty free-flowing game. No injuries, thankfully, no major fouls between San Diego and KC. No yellow cards, in fact. I wouldn't expect much past the 45 marker, if anything at all. One point of improvement for San Diego in 2026, certainly the home form. They're one of the few teams in the league that was better on the road than at Snapdragon Stadium. They had 6 wins, 4 draws, and 3 losses on the road. 22 points away from home and just 15 at home. only won 4 of their 13 home games. It's a point of improvement. Certainly need to take care of business in Southern California. Different story for Kansas City, who were the best home team in league history. 11 wins, 2 draws, and 0 losses at their soccer-specific stadium in the Midwest. Hopkins has been active. Opts to cut to the inside, and a good block off the knee. Certainly net bound, and Haricic, at least initially, was not gliding to it. Ludmila understood the real estate, knew it was last off a red jersey. Good break going the other way. Similar sort of momentum to how San Diego have the lone goal in the game so far. During halftime, we'll take a look at what's going on at the Coachella Valley Invitational today and also next weekend of the NWSL ranks. Get you a score update from across the way on Field 2 between Bay Area and the Houston Dash. Most importantly, we'll take a look at a few of the highlights between KC and San Diego. Coming up later on Field 1 about 1 o'clock, we'll see the Portland Thorns. We're still without a head coach, actually, as close to the season, which can be a little bit sticky. They'll face Angel City. KC looking to level things up just before the halftime break. They put this one on frame. A little stutter step to the each side for Haricic. Ultimately, it falls in her lap. Wesley. Pickett plays it in midfield. It's a difficult one to corral for Corley. Advantage being played. A few step overs, then splitting the ball between the double team. One touch inside, probably one too many. It's going to be a difficult one, but had to take it first time. Judinia. Wesley. Kristen McNabb doing a good job on the back line, pitching a clean sheet. A big tackle in the box. The official had a good look at it, but no complaint from the attacker either. San Diego press being cheered on by their own back line. I'll get a throw in further up, but Pickett elects just to play it quickly. Official staring down at his watch, and at the 45 will blow on the marker. At half, San Diego taking down last year's best ever regular season team in NWSL history. 1-0 at the break, courtesy of Gia Corley in the 37th minute. The German-American has had a great game overall besides just the goal. We're going to jump out to our opening break, but when we return, we'll take a look at what's going on across Indio, California here at the Coachella Valley Invitational.
stream this on YouTube or anything like that, or are you gonna show it?
Hey guys, where is the streaming at? YouTube. Seeing these delays, we can't see YouTube.
You're doing all of them, all the games, or just this?
Just this one and one more on this field.
Yeah, it's it.
I'm gonna start heading over there. How much time do we have to have? We're at 10.
Welcome back to Field 1 of the Coachella Valley Invitational, where the San Diego Wave have a 1-0 lead over the KC Current. One game going on across the way. I actually misspoke. It is Bay Area up 1-0 on Houston Dash, and not the other way around. That match about 20 minutes away from halftime. Two other games coming up later today. The Portland Thorns and Angel City will be playing at 1 o'clock on this field. And a lot of eyes on this game. The Denver Summit, really the first time for public eyes we'll see them in competition against what should be their new foe, the Utah Royals FC. That game will be on Field 2 at 2 o'clock. Let's take a look at next weekend. More NWSL action here in Indio, California. Houston and Portland at 10:30 a.m. San Diego will get a look at Denver, and then Angel City and Seattle Reign. A very fun matchup year by year. And this game overall, it's been a pretty fun one. We saw KC kind of probing the net early with plenty of chances going high and over. But at halftime, San Diego has the 1-0 lead. We'll jump out to break, and when we return, we'll get kickoff for the second 45 between KC and San Diego. back center stage on Field 1 in Indio, California, between the KC Current and San Diego Wave. After 45, San Diego have a 1-0 lead. We'll take a look at the end of these highlights of how that goal was scored. First, it was mostly KC early on. They are in red. They were attacking from right to left in that opening half, and they certainly had goal-scoring chances, primarily at the top of the box, but many were peppered over and high of the net. That really the best chance of the game that didn't go in. Hirich, a good goalkeeper, but none in the world were going to have that covered. KC had about 4 corners total in the half, 3 in about a 3-minute span as well, and some of them resulted in chances, but others were counterattacks going the other way. Then the momentum flipped. San Diego started to get a bit of a foothold in this game, and considering how good of a back line that KC wore last year, San Diego has to feel pretty good about their opening game of preseason here at the CVI. Ultimately, the goal came because of patience. Wave FC working around the periphery and then finally finding the winger out wide and in front. A nice tap in by Gia Corley. That in the 37th minute to make it a 1-0 game. And that's where we stand at current. Sprinklers still on, but the players are back out on the field. We've seen some slippage across all the games at Coachella overall, but these fields in pristine shape overall. Kansas City coming out first before their chat. We will see likely a frenzy of new players throughout this game. Many of them trialists as well for San Diego, wearing usually between the number of 60 to 70. But for right now, at the start of the next 45, it seems to be a pretty consistent 11 for both of these teams. I've really liked what I've seen out of the San Diego midfield. Gia Corley, Ludmila, and also the back line of Wesley and Christian McNabb and Pickett have done a really good job neutralizing any sort of KC attempt from wide. You know, there's sort of a bend but don't break defense right now for San Diego. Let them have the ball in the attacking third. They're not going to make rash challenges, but once a shot or the ball comes near the 18, that's when they bite at you. Thanks for joining us for the second 45. We're underway between San Diego and Kansas City. No Kenza Dali for San Diego in this one, their midfield maestro. And of course, Cascarino, a finalist for MVP in the last couple of seasons. No longer with San Diego. She's back with Lyon in France. As for KC, here they come trying to dart up the right wing. And that ball out of play first for a goal kick. Demwa Shawingwa, the striker, a fast one at that. Also capable more as a left winger. Had the golden boot in NWSL last year. Became the first ever back-to-back MVP. Her injury timetable is still uncertain, but hopefully for KC, she's back in the early parts of the season. But no chance of risking anything in preseason, even if you have the littlest of knock. Behind Marich's net, we see the light pink of Angel City coming into the picture. Just like San Diego, not the longest of trips for them. These two teams playing on the final game of the regular season. Current capped their historic season with a 2-1 victory over the Wave on decision day. And here is San Diego trying to double up their lead. Frazier. Godfrey. Nia Harrison into the game, number 23, a young athletic center back with strong recovery speed. She'll be playing more as the left back here to open the half. Center back tandem will stay the same between Kennedy Wilson and number 14, Kristen McNabb. Far out free kick will be treated as a set piece. The last time these teams played, it's been all current through their history. Over the last 5 games, 5 wins for KC. They find themselves down here early at the CVI. Ludmila wins the header, but right into the midriff area of Kira Carusa, the forward. San Diego coming out of the brief halftime break very strong. They continue their momentum. Kiki Pickett. And up for Wesley to have some time to think about it on the ball. Last time, 5 times they played in the regular season, San Diego haven't scored more than 1 goal against KC. Here they are pushing again for a second in preseason. A turn to the edge of the box, not what the doctor ordered, but it works out okay for the Current for the times being. KC had the player furthest most up the pitch, but of course you cannot be offside within your own half. They're aiming for Kira Cruza. Hericic out of her net. Trying to be a passing option. A good thing she is there. Prevents a corner kick. It's an interesting one. The wind, not her friend. And now she'll hustle back, net bounce. It was a half shot, half cross from 40 yards away. Hericic had it covered regardless. San Diego with 4 in attack. And Robinson leaves the line. Robinson shuffles right, left, and doesn't win the ball. Asciano through the middle. And her through ball pass as she tries to lunge forward, catches a player instead. And the opening yellow card of the tournament. You don't see those too often here in preseason. But Asciano certainly, as she was lunging forward for the ball, gets the studs into her marker. Let's take a look. Yep. Even the front foot and the back. Going down was Izzy Rodriguez, thankfully being helped up back on her feet by a pair of her teammates. Izzy Rodriguez really making a name for herself in NWSL after being a 4th round pick, the 43rd overall in the 2022 draft out of Ohio State. And every year with the Current, her minutes have taken a tick up. We'll see if the same stands under Chris Armas. First season, she played 16 games, only had 1 start and under 400 minutes. This past season, over 2,000 across all 26 games played. Her 7 goal contributions, not half bad either. 6 assists, was joint high on the team for the left-sided wingback. Ascanio again. She's on the yellow card, has to be a bit careful here. I have seen a red card in preseason. And the player will, of course, be sent off, but the team that suffers the red card will usually be allowed to play with the full 11 throughout the contest. Debinha not there in time for KC, the legendary Brazilian. And 18 goal contributions over her last 2 seasons with the Current. A long-time North Carolina Courage player, which she won NWSL in back-to-back seasons. And a shield to her name as well in 2017. San Diego, though, thought about winding up from distance. Oh, what a touch within the box, and maybe just a smidge too heavy. But the half roulette turn, taking it with the inside of the boot as her back is towards net. If that shot comes off, you're seeing that play all over NWSL social pages. What a pass in between the center back and the right back marker. That was Dudinha. The Mystic view might praise Debinha, and Dudinha obviously deserves the same on the San Diego side of things. Dudinha, just 20 years old. Obviously tons of technical flair. Ludmila is going to take advantage of that slip, but the center back comes across and it goes on the top of the net instead of behind it. Talk about beating your marker, and that will be one of the easier ones for Ludmila. last season. Dudinha still as a teenager in her first playing outside of Brazil Serie A1. Across 10 games, she had 5 goals in just under 700 minutes. You keep up that goal scoring rate, you're winning the Golden Boot in the NWSL. Having to go low, it was sort of one in between a volley attempt and a header. Ellie Bravo Young off of the corner kick. She'll get credit for her shot, but certainly one that won't trouble anybody. Foul against San Diego. Haley Hopkins draws it. She'll trot up to the front line. Been a front two of Kira Carusa and Haley Hopkins. Aiming for Carusa. Maricic with a nice catch. Didi Hiricic, pass up the gut is taken away, and the shot from distance will catch her out for a moment. The rebound and control looked iffy for a moment, but then it falls right back in her mitts. I was wondering if Kansas City was a bit more patient. They have 4 red jerseys, really to San Diego's 2 centrally. They could have passed that around as Maricic was scrambling back onto her line. As you approach preseason, you realize how just much turnover there is in soccer. Unlike other domestic leagues across the United States, where really the only turnover is within league. Of course, you're competing with leagues across in England and France and Germany for to keep your best players in the league and trying to snatch the best players from theirs. Cascarino, who I've mentioned a few times this broadcast for San Diego, back to France. Later we'll see the Portland Timbers and Sam Coffey, who just joined Manchester City. He's one of the best U.S. women's internationals. It's a big loss for the Portland Thorns. Oh, great save by Didi Hiricic on a shot by Kira Carusa. Won the header clean, and Hiricic down to her left shoulder. Good turn by Rocky Rodriguez on the end line. That's probably the save of the game overall. Carusa just stonewalled on the header, trying to get an assist instead. Inside to Sentnor. Ali Sentnor. Square ball across to Debinha. And the attack cut out there for just a moment. Debinha yet again, clip ball over the top. That's a pretty one. An extra touch will result in a corner kick for KC. Okay, there's a group substitution winding up here for those in red. Get to that when needed, but first, Kansas City trying to level the game up. Nearly 2/3 of the time elapsed. Debinha on the delivery. It's going to be Carusa again, and a second shot on goal this half alone for the tall striker. Kira Carusa from San Diego, California. Forward with a little bit of national team experience as well. And here comes the mass substitution on the Kansas City side of things. Really a switch in each part of the pitch. In midfield, Amelia White comes in from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Debinho will still be in charge of the creative burden up top. Ali Setnor, number 21, will sort of be more the central striker now. In the back line as well, number 56, Sydney Jones from Cincinnati, Ohio. Be joined by Elizabeth Ball from Richmond, Virginia. Plenty of domestic players coming in for Kansas City. Well, there is an obvious pecking order from last year's Shield winners for Kansas City. The new head coach, plenty of time to impress in preseason. A nice step aside by San Diego in the back line. That was Kennedy Wesley. It's going to take a few years, but somebody on the San Diego side of things looking to cut into the records that, of course, the iconic Alex Morgan has most of in the attacking sense for this club. The iconic U.S. Women's International really put San Diego on the map. A Golden Boot winner in the early days of this franchise. Ludmila wins the header, tries to force the issue and play it back inside of the box. Ascanio still in the game on her yellow card. KCF put in many of their depth options. San Diego hunting down a second. Robinson, the defender, up into attack. Also into the game is Croy Bethune from Georgia. San Diego trying to get a header of their own. Nia Harrison and the defender. Too much cut going away from the net on the ball. Marissa Jordan, goalkeeper, typically goes long but has two short options. A look towards the left wing to the new sub, Bethune. Sun down, wind picking up at the tournament. Gia Corley's goal, the 22-year-old German-American, the difference so far. San Diego's number 11 still on the pitch as well. Harrison. Great ball to the back posts. Jordan had to stay on her line. And a volley effort. Jordan's going to get a paw to it, and it will trickle out for a corner kick. Those looping volleys with so much chaos in front of the goalkeeper is very tough to track all the way. Jordan does a great job. Ludima wins that header. She could have a goal. Oh, what a nice volley. And that one's definitely going in at the second look. Cleared at the second time of asking. San Diego forcing Casey to stay within their own defensive third. Shot from distance and another big save by Jordan. KC denied a counterattack chance. Maybe at the second time of asking with Bethune. It's been all San Diego since the subs for Kansas City have come in. Kiki Pickett puts McNabb in a tough spot, but she's calm under pressure. Harrison up the line. Ludmila's not going to get there, but nearly the second attacker does. That's number 48, Tatum Wijnalda. It's one of the players pushing for a first team spot. Richic puts off the oncoming Kansas City front line with her right arm, but her actions speak different, goes to the left. So comfortable with the ball at her feet. Such a great asset for San Diego. Utilizing it again. Frazier will always come short and usually has one of those center back options. Shoulder to shoulder, taken off the ball cleanly. That was Sydney Jones who won it, but ultimately it's going to be offside against KC. 25 to go. Goal in the 37th by Gia Corley. The difference so far between these two playoff teams from a season ago. Players' Day at the tournament, we'll see Denver play for the first time here at the CVI. One of two new teams in NWSL along with Boston. It's a league that started 14 years ago with just 8 teams, and now we've doubled that in under 2 decades. Cross intended for Tatum Wijnalda. Dabina still trying to pull the strings out there. The ball forced up the pitch to her. Great move by San Diego to reach the end line. Cross in front, cut out by Robinson. Curling effort from distance and nearly a worldie here at the CVI. Some of the shots from outside of the box, especially on the San Diego side of things, have been beautiful. Not the most powerful, but this one has so much curl. If it's on frame and you feel that Jordan is probably beat, I mean, that shot looks like it's going in the right side upper 90, and then by the end, it was closer to the left. Big press by San Diego and played through simply by KC. Now the hard part, into the neutral and attacking third. Bethune with the grass cutter across. Kelsey Branson. Sliding challenge in the aftermath, catches a player. San Diego's gonna have some space to operate here. Harrison. Wijnalda loses it for a moment, gets it back on the 1-2. Ludmila running through the middle. Instead to go out right with Dudinha, the young Brazilian. Shot from distance yet again. San Diego getting used to those. Dudinha, hoping her sophomore season in NWSL is as good as the first. They'll shoot it again from distance and popped up into the air by Elizabeth Ball. KC, almost at a rarity for them to reach the attacking third, and ultimately they don't on a misplaced pass. Harrison back to Huricic. And then McNabb. Left back Nia Harrison way up the line. It can make it difficult for the center backs, but the two center mids dropping deep to help build up. Ludmila. All ping-pongs around some body parts, and nobody quite able to collect, but we do have 2 players down. And the foul in the direction of Kansas City as well, as a pair of red jerseys help each other back up onto their feet. There's Elizabeth Ball along number 18, Izzy Rodriguez. Jordan. Marissa Jordan. Stretched out wide nicely. Here is Kansas City and a chance to attack up the right wing. The hard yards a run. Now inside of the 18, a goal-scoring chance. Patience on the right foot, taken off the collarbone. Still loose in the box, and a volley effort takes a deflection, and Huricic falls on top of it. Good job by Ellie Bravo Young coming up from defense on that right wing. She was a good outlet pass. San Diego preparing to bring on 2 women into this game. McNabb. Diagonal pass is cut out. Sentnor. Still Ali Sentnor, and it ricochets off a few. Would have been quite the unorthodox goal. Regardless, it'll be elected as a corner kick. 2 subs for the Wave will come in first. The veteran Dipinho will go out. Also have a goalkeeping change. So it'll be Leia Freeman coming into the game, formerly of Florida State. You know, that'd be Katie Capoletti. San Diego just 1-4, but that may be all they need. Look at this, running past the halfway line. Just a one-man attack for now, and then the wall stands in the way. Good defense by Kolo Saliufu. Saliufu also fresh into the game from Ontario, Canada. Bethune. It's crunch time coming for KC. Obviously the result not paramount. But you like to get something out of this game on the score sheet. Just getting it out of her laces in time. Favoring that right wing over the last couple of minutes. Here comes KC. Avery Clark, fresh into the game from Brentwood, Tennessee. She'll happily take the corner kick. Bethune, who's been the halftime sub, who's injected the most life into this Kansas City midfield, comes across to take the corner kick. one short pass option, as there has been on nearly every corner for KC in this game. Ali Sentnor had a good darting run moments ago by the front posts. I think San Diego kept that alive in favor of KC, but they can't do much with it. Through the regular season, Kansas City only lost 3 games. 2 of them came a week apart in late April and early May. And then they didn't they didn't lose or even draw a game between May 11th and August 8th. The best back line in the league pitched 9 consecutive clean sheets as well from June until September. So over 3 months without giving up a goal. And San Diego certainly taking it to them at the CVI so far. You can see another case in point defensively. A big roar of applause because of it. KC's last win of the season came against San Diego last year before they bowed out in a disappointing quarterfinal loss to Gotham FC. Bethune breezes past Asciano. Wijnalda will call off her teammate. And a good idea with the ball over the top. And shepherded all the way out of play by Elizabeth Ball. It was Grace Cutler on San Diego's behalf. A new name for many of these Wave fans. Oh, taken away at the worst time, and a curled effort. It's going to go high. Katie Capoletti has yet to make a save since she came in about 5 minutes ago. Fayetteville, New York native. In relief of Marissa Jordan in this game. Capoletti just 23 years old after a very good career where she played 85 games at St. Joseph. He just joined the KC Current as a non-roster invitee in the 2026 preseason. See a few of those on the pitch for both teams right now. So while these minutes may feel inconsequential, for the likes of Corley, Asciano, obviously they're getting fitness, so inconsequential isn't the right word, and Kennedy Wesley are all dead sets on their respective San Diego roster. So many on KC and San Diego fighting to make a roster or just to land somewhere in professional women's soccer. A physical battle in which the ref and the linesman and the players were indifferent about for a moment, but it will go the direction of the team trailing 1-0 in the 78th, KC. The foul mere seconds after the throw. San Diego don't have to do the hard yards defensively. Last season, San Diego had a respectable +7 goal differential, which was 5th best in the league, tied with the Portland Thorns, who we'll see in a moment. Their 37 points was just a smidge, well, actually the same as Racing Louisville, but they had the goal differential tiebreaker. Dubinha working her way in the box, and as she falls backwards, nearly falls on the ball itself. In their second season, San Diego, of course, took the Shield. And that KC captured a season ago. Into the 79th minute, we will have a stoppage as unfortunately Dudinha is down. The young and very technically gifted Brazilian, projected to be a centerpiece of this San Diego attack. With Cascarino no longer around either, even more important. Training staff will come out to take a look, and it should give us a break for potentially more substitutions as well. San Diego looking for their first win over KC through their NWSL history. The Wave had some big performances last year as well. Had a club record winning performance 5-2 over the North Carolina Courage in 2025. With the goals from many players, they really demonstrated their depth in attack last year. Young forward Gia Corley, who scored in this game, made club history by scoring in her first 2 appearances, becoming just the 6th player in NWSL history to do so. Coming up after this game, we'll see Angel City and the Portland Thorns. Thorns, a playoff team. It's a team that is the most storied in NWSL history, one of the founding teams back in 2013. As for Angel City, obviously newer than NWSL. Last year they had 7 wins, 13 losses, and 6 draws, hoping to get into the playoff picture as they fell 9 points short a season ago. Having a deeper roster now, which are both on display for KC and San Diego. Even more important in 2026 and the future years in NWSL. As they add more teams, it comes with more games. We're up to 30 now in 2026 after we were at 26 last year, and look back at previous seasons, obviously just dipped below that also. Good build-up by KC, but it's going to be caught offside. Richard just played this full game for San Diego between her 8x24 in net. Ellie Bravo Young has played this whole game in the back line. Also in preseason permitted to go out and then come back in, something we've seen a few times at the CVI. Bravo Young. Reset things in the middle with Salufu. Siluafu. Nice pinging ball to the left. Amelia White working on her marker. Will guide back towards the end line. It's not going to be able to split through the double team, and one off of her cleanly. Wijnalda came up with it. Tatum Wijnalda on the ball. A dangerous place to run back towards your own net, and San Diego's backline recognizes that. Set piece chance, and won't be too many left for either team as we approach the 83rd. KC in the box. Last off, a Navy sock, and will be out for a corner kick. KC have had one really good chance off a corner, whereas Kira Carusa with a back post header. Since then, not too much to speak of on dead ball situations. It's one of the better deliveries of the bunch. Gets around and somehow squeaks in for a KC equalizer. Taking credit, or at least proper celebrations for it, was Sidney Jones, the defender from Cincinnati. We'll take a look at it on the replay monitor here, but 1-1 in the 84th. Mentioned mere seconds ago how KC have not been menacing off of corner kicks, and they do so there. Certainly not a shot with a lot of velocity, but Horicic bit for the ball earlier and was stuck in no man's land, and the ball able to trickle in. Yep, number 56, give credit to Sidney Jones. Jones from Ohio, graduated from Ohio State, where she played over 80 games. It's a preseason roster invitee by the Utah Royals last year and signed a short-term deal for the final couple of months of the season with them. Only ended up making one appearance, coming on as a second-half sub against the Chicago Stars. And this year, another non-roster invitee for Kansas City. So trying to hold on to an NWSL roster here, and certainly a goal doesn't hurt no matter how you get it. Jones playing in the middle of the midfield three right now. Wijnaldum. Harrison. Back to Arias. Daniela Arias. Harrison. Successfully up the line, and a last-ditch effort by Amelia White gets it off her. White directs towards the back line and then forced up. Now play allowed to continue. It's going to be a foul in the aftermath. San Diego claiming that that ball was rolling. Nonetheless, they sort of get the outcome they want. That was Ali Centaur who was pushing the envelope. Try to go chase the winner with a quick restart. And Jones will guide it back. Thinking about the big leg, but Jones is going to take it. Her second touch not as good as the first. And the foul hit against Avery Clark. We'll give the Wave ball back with just over 3 minutes to play. We didn't see even a second of stoppage time after the first 45. But we did have a brief injury on the San Diego side of things. We saw Dudinya go down for a moment. Got a player down in San Diego, though. KC had possession. The whistle will go. Seems just a bit of a cramp. She'll be stretched out by a player in each team. Kiki Pickett ultimately going there to help out. Chris Armas having a conversation with his KC team as San Diego more spread out. Tatum Wijnaldum, 47 on your screen there. I thought she's had a very good second half. She's one of those roster invitees for preseason, hoping to make her name in NWSL, starting so with the preseason. Coming up in 45 minutes on this field, we see the Portland Thorns against Angel City. That game will be broadcasted as well, so be sure to check out the club websites on how to access that. Many lining the bleachers already in the pink and the red of Angel City or the Portland Thorns. You can see just how good the support is for San Diego Wave. Bit over a 2-hour drive from San Diego, thankfully for them, at least on a Sunday, not Southern California traffic. In the 89th minute, they've been cheering like this all game long. We still have the San Diego player down as well. And now back up on our feet. That's the same player that was down earlier. That's number 88, Dudunya. Dudunya, a player that when she was brought in from Brazil last year as just a 19-year-old, almost seen as a project that has so much future upside, but it delivered those dividends early on. His joint most assists on the San Diego team a season ago. And she will end this game for San Diego on the sidelines. Young fans and old alike all lining up on this white fence waiting for that final whistle to go. It's really the best opportunity we can get autographs from all these players, coaches, staff, whatever you like. We will be allowed to play a little bit of stoppage time. We'll see if there's another goal besides Gia Corley in the 37th. About 5 minutes ago from Sydney Jones on the KC Current side of things. And how this game is played out, you would say a draw is about right. See Denver and Utah play later today at the CVI. That game will be kicking off at 2. Still to come, obviously, as I mentioned, Portland and Angel City. San Diego hoping to occupy the last attacking chance of the game. They go from their own defensive third to the attack, and as it rolls in the box, the final whistle will go. Young fans line up for autographs, but in terms of the action on the pitch, 1-1 between San Diego and KC Current to open up the Coachella Valley Invitational in the NWSL ranks. Goal scorers come from Gia Corley in the 37th minute, and then Sydney Jones, a non-roster preseason invitee, making her name on the roster with a goal off of a corner kick. Overall, a lot of impressive performances in this game. Laharicic in net was very good, along with the other goalie, Marissa Jordan, before she subbed out around the hour mark. Plenty of San Diego fans sticking here, as well as KC Current, to watch the game coming up next. We'll be back on the stream in about 30 minutes or so for kickoff of the next game. I'm Adam Sussman. Talk to you in a moment.
Especially if your name is Allison. Make sure everyone can see you.